Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, which name is Analytics Pro. And here under this Power BI with SQL playlist, we are going to cover SQL concepts from scratch. So in the last tutorial, we have studied about alias and various operators and some clause and its types. I hope you guys have good understanding about these concepts. And now in today's tutorial, we will also talk about one more important clause of SQL, which name is group by. And you guys will also get to know that how this clause is useful in our day-to-day projects. And after that we will also cover one more clause which name is having clause. And we also cover the difference of where clause and having clause here under this today's tutorial. So let's begin our class. So let's firstly understand the definition of group by. The group by clause is used to group the same values and return a summary result. Or we can say that to arrange identical data in a group used with select query. And the one more important thing guys, the group by statement often used with basic aggregator functions like sum, count, average, max, min and so on. And here under this example guys, you guys can clearly see I have used group by on the basis of names column with some aggregate function. So firstly guys, I will explain this group by concept in Power Query Editor. Although I have already explained this concept in the Power BI full course playlist. So those who are following that playlist, these guys have already known that how group by works in Power Query Editor. However, in this tutorial, I will quickly explain one more time of group by, that how group by work in Power Query Editor. And after that, we will also apply in SSMS. So let's go to the Power BI desktop screen and open Power Query Editor. And now we are entered here in Power Query Editor screen. And here we can see the sales table along with its some columns names like names, gender, products, country, sales, cost, per unit price and so on. And now guys, my requirement is that I want to make grouping this thing on the basis of this names column. And if you talk about the distinct value of these names, so here are the person who have distinct values. So I want to make the grouping by on the basis of this names column. So here under this Power Query Editor guys, you simply need to go here under this transform. And here you guys will get to see the option of group by. So you need to simply just click here on this group by. And here under this Power Query Editor guys, there is very easy to use this group by feature. So first of all, you need to select the column name on the basis of which you want to make the things group by. So here under this scenario guys, I will take this names column. You guys can take any other column as per your requirement. And now it will ask new column name. So you guys can take any header name here of the column. So I am taking, let's say, summarize. And next parameter is operation. So if you click here on this drop down, you can select any of the operator from here like sum, average, median, min, max and so on. So I want to aggregate this value on the basis of this sum. So here I have selected sum. And now it will ask you the column name. That means on what column you want to make the things aggregate. So let's suppose I want to aggregate my value on the basis of this cost column. So I will simply select this cost column from here and hit OK. So see guys, I can see the summarized things on the basis of this names column. If you talk about the total sales of this Ashish Kumar, so the total sales of the Ashish Kumar is 21200. In a similar way, you guys can also check other records. So in this way, you guys can apply group by in Power Query Editor. And in Power BI desktop guys, we also have the DAX function which name is group by. As well as you guys can also use summarize function to perform such kind of things. And now I will apply same grouping by in SSMS. So let's go to the SSMS screen and let's learn how to apply group by in SQL. So here we are entered in SQL Server Management Studio. And now let me go here under this new query and select my database name. So my database name is Shubham. And here I will open the same table which is sales. So I will simply write select start from our table name which is sales. And now let me select this query and hit execute. And now let's perform the same operation which we have performed in Power Query Editor. So here under this case, I also want to grouping the things on the basis of this names column. So I will start my query with select command. So I will simply write select, and after that you need to select that column name which you want to make the things group by. So here I want to group by the things on the basis of this names column. So I will simply take names. After that we need to put comma. And after that guys, we need to take any aggregate function. So here I am taking sum. you guys can use any other function like max, min, count, median and so on. And here under this bracket guys, we need to enter that column name which we want to make the thing summarize. So I want to take this cost column here because I want to make grouping by on the basis of this cost column. So I will simply select cost and bracket close, and now I'll put it enter. Although you guys can write the query in the same line, but as I already said guys, this affects our readability of our query. So it's better to jump into the next line and write next query from there. And here I will select my table name which is sales. So I will simply write from sales. And finally guys, you need to use term group by. So here I will simply write group by. And under group by guys, you need to enter that column name which you want to make it group by. So I want to take names column here again, and this is my query guys of group by. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So see guys, here we can see the names along with its cost. But if you observe one thing guys, here is no column name because we have not used any alias. So firstly guys, we have to use alias here. Let's say as cost. And now let me run this query again. See guys, now I can see the column header name as a cost. In a similar way guys, you guys can perform this group by in any of the column. Suppose this time we want to making the group by on the basis of country column. So what can I do guys? I will simply change the column names from here. So instead of names column guys, I will take country. In a similar way, I will also replace this names from country. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So see guys, now I can see the grouping on the basis of country and cost. And one more thing guys, you guys can grouping by on the basis of multiple columns. So here under this query guys, we have just taken only one column which is country. And now let me take one more column here. So suppose guys, I want to grouping the things on the basis of two columns like country and regions. And now I am taking one more column here which name is regions, comma, and similar way I will also add region here. So let me put S here because it is getting me an error. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So see guys, we can also grouping the things on the basis of one or multiple columns. So in this way you guys can apply group by. And here guys, you guys can take any aggregate function like count, sum, max, min and so on. So rest things you need to explore by yourself. So I hope you guys are good with this group by concepts and its uses. And now let's talk about another clause of SQL, which is having clause. So firstly guys, let's understand the definition of having clause. Having clause filters the whole group. Having clause can contain aggregate function. Having clause cannot be used without group by clause. And having clause selects the data after grouping. And this having clause frequently used with aggregate functions like sum, count, average, max and min. And this having clause is just work like a where clause. Where clause guys, we are basically using for filtration the data. But where clause you cannot use with group by. And having clause just always be worked with group by. And here you can see the example. Under group by query guys, I have used having clause with aggregate function which is sum. And now let's understand the same clause in SSMS. So let's go back to the SSMS screen, and now let me rewrite this query first. So I am taking only one column name here which is country. And now let me execute this query. So suppose guys, after making the group by, I want to add more filtration here. I wanted to see only those records which are greater than 2 lakh. So what can I do? I can use having clause here to get more filtration. So I will simply write having. After that I will write my any aggregate function. So I am taking sum. And here under bracket guys, you need to enter the column name. So my column name is cost. So I will simply take cost column here. And now I want it to filter only those records which are greater than 2 lakh. So I will simply write greater than 2 lakh. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So see guys, we have just only 2 records after grouping by which are greater than 2 lakh. And you guys cannot apply where clause here. If you apply where clause, it will throws you an error. So you guys cannot use where clause here because where clause doesn't work with group by clause. And now let's have a look of types of clauses in SQL. So here under this screenshot guys, we can see types of clauses in SQL, and we have covered all the clauses one by one. So we have covered where clause, order by, having clause, top clause and group by clause. So I hope guys you have definitely enjoyed this tutorial and cleared with all the topics of SQL which we have covered so far. So for such kind of detailed learning of SQL and Power BI concepts, stay connected with us and kindly support this channel. And if someone wants to learn Power BI from scratch, so you guys can also follow our free YouTube channel which name is Analytics Pro. And here under this 50 tutorials guys, I have explained each and every concept of Power BI in detail. And if you click here on this playlist button guys, so you guys can see we have multiple playlists are here. So one by one you guys can follow all these playlists like DAX expressions, updates, visualization, advanced concepts of Power BI. And those who are following this Power BI with SQL playlist, so you guys will get to learn all the concepts of SQL from scratch. So you guys can also start your SQL journey with this free YouTube channel which name is Analytics Pro. And those who are visit first time on this channel, kindly hit the like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to press this bell icon guys, else you will miss an regular update. And for the job seekers guys, we have this free Telegram group which also name is Analytics Pro. So here under this group guys, I am keep posting latest Power BI jobs openings, and that is only for my viewers and subscribers. And you will also find some latest interview question and answers which recently asked by an interviewer. So you don't need to pay anything to anyone for jobs and trainings. But you still think guys you required only live training and sessions, so you guys can follow me on LinkedIn as well as on Instagram. And here under this live training and personal sessions, I personally train candidates from scratch till intermediate level with right roadmap and guidance, and provide some real-time projects with scenario-based things so that they can feel more confident with hands-on experience, and also assist them to get them placed. And we also conduct some mock interviews. So for paid training and other support, you guys can connect me on LinkedIn or Telegram group. And you can also follow us on all these platforms like Insta, LinkedIn, Telegram and YouTube. So thank you so much guys for your more love and support. Keep learning and keep growing. Thank you so much.